So I'm not expecting this video to go viral. This is basically just a time capsule so I can answer these questions when I'm older. It's life from the perspective of a 17-year-old. A little cut in the video, in case there's other 17-year-olds watching. I'm trying to be as authentic as possible so you guys can at least empathize, because I know that I'm not the only one. I'm not alone with all these doubts. So this isn't any mask on my face. I'm purely being authentic and trying to self-analyze all the doubts I have. So 17 is such a strange age for me because I'm in the middle of two lives. So in the first life, you have the life of a child. You're protected by your parents, you listen to them. You don't really have your own opinion, but it's fine. You don't really have to worry about when rent is due. You don't have to worry about if you're gonna eat tomorrow. You don't have to worry about your job. You basically just get to live life, and aside from some homework, it's relatively not stressful. And then on the other side, there's 18, which is when technically you become an adult. And here, you become more independent, so that's good, right? Because, now you can drink and do drugs, but you also have to start thinking that in a few years, you'll be paying your own rent and you'll be in charge of your own ass. So this raises some questions. What am I gonna do with my life? And at 17, I feel like I have to have it all figured out. And I know that's probably just immaturity, because I don't think a lot of 17-year-olds do have it figured out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Life ahead of me is moving so fast. And I feel like I have a lot of time left because I'm only 17, but I also have no time left because I'm in such a rush to do and complete all the things that I want to do. So I envision my life a certain way, and I know the outcome that I want it to be. At least I have a rough draft of it. But then my mind is being tug-of-warred, basically, between a bunch of people. Because for the past entire life of mine, I've been listening to my parents. I've done everything that they wanted. Up until I was like 15, I was really good in school, and then I started slacking off on homework. And yeah, basically, if I ever told them before, last year that I didn't want to go to college, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because everybody goes to college, so you have to go to college. But now you're 17, so you start thinking your own thoughts, and you start having your doubts, and you start wondering, is the life that my parents envisioned for me the life that I want for myself? And if it's not, what risks am I taking by not following their path and by not following what they say? And don't get me wrong, I love my parents, but I don't know if I love what they have in mind for my life. And I know they want the best for me, and I know that a lot of people surrounding me do, but do they know what's best for me, or do they know what's best for what they think of me? Because when you're young, you get told that you can take risks, right? But as soon as you want to take a risk that's too risky in your parents' eyes or in your colleagues' eyes, then that's not a good risk. But who really determines what a good risk is? Because some advice that I learned from Alex Hormozy is that why would you take advice from someone whose life you don't want to live? Now, I'm not saying don't listen to your elders, don't listen to your parents, but if that's not the life that you necessarily want to live, why are you taking their advice on how to live the life that you want to live? Because I know I'm 17 and I might be immature, but my life is mine, and no one else can live it for me, no matter how much they love me. And I need to make all the mistakes, I'm guessing. And I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, I'm guessing. And that's how I'll learn. So up until now, I've basically been like a little cub in a den where I've been told not to make mistakes. And I've been protected and shielded from consequences because of how much my parents love me. But I'm going to an age where soon they won't be able to protect me. And I'll fall on my face a lot more. And I'll get scars from it, but I'll learn. But will those scars be too much? Will they ruin my life? There's so many decisions that I'm gonna have to make now that are gonna be solely based on what I want. And that's amazing because you finally get the unique say in what happens to you and your life. But it's also a bit nerve-wracking because you're solely responsible for your outcome. And it's not like I stay up every night thinking, oh, I'm gonna be 18. I hate this. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited. And I have a rough draft of how I want my life to be, of course. But I still have a lot of doubts. Another doubt, for example, is a lot of people will tell you, oh, you're 17. Have fun while you can. Be young, because when you're 50, you'll have to work and you won't be able to have that type of fun. And this to me sounds like bullshit. Because if I listen to them, then okay, well, I'm 17. I'll try every drug under the sun. I'll go to parties and live life and make memories, right? But then I won't be able to craft my future. And then I'll be forced to do something I don't like for the rest of my life. But on the other hand, there's other people that say, use your young life, use your young energy, use your 20s to work. And I don't care how rich I am. I don't want to be super rich when I'm 50 or 60 and not have any memories to make up for it. So that's another weird middle ground that I have to figure out. Because the last thing I want is to live 10 years of pure fun, which probably make me empty, and then have to raise a family in conditions that I don't want to live, be semi-depressed and take it out on my kids and my wife because I'm in a job that I hate, and have to wait and hope that when I'm 65, I can retire and finally, go to Hawaii and sip margaritas on the beach. No, that's not purposeful. I want purpose in my life. But then that raises another question. What is my purpose? And, right now I may think that my purpose is making videos because I want to put my ideas out there and I want to start a movement. And that's great and all, but everybody says that that's wrong. Everybody says that that's just a dream. And although I've seen people do it, although there's living proof that people do it, will I be the next one? Because at the end of the day, there's 8 billion people out there. What makes me so special that I should go against the wave? But then if I have that mindset, then I just become another one of the 8 billion people that doesn't go after what they wanted. And the last thing I want is to sit on my deathbed regretting and wondering, what if I would have tried? What if I would have taken that risk when I was young? Would it really have been that bad? I mean, what's the worst that can happen now when I take a risk? I don't have kids. I don't have a family I have to maintain. I only have to maintain myself. And I know that sounds stupid, but with a roof over my head, some water and some food, I can live technically. It's all different though when I'm 40 and have a family that I have to take care of. Because I can't take those big risks with kids that I have to feed. Because I'm not sacrificing my own life or my own pleasures in life and my own quality of life. I'm risking their life, and that's fucking selfish. So do I take the risks that I want to take, or do I play it safe? Because yeah, of course, if I go to college and I do everything right and get in no trouble, I'll probably get a decent to great job, 9 to 5. I'll work in the office, come home, kiss the wife, play with the children a bit, but that'll be the rest of my life, and I'll have to do it until I'm 65 and I can retire. And then when I retire, I'll have another quarter midlife crisis where I'll think, what do I do now that I've retired? I didn't follow my purpose at all, so what do I do? And I don't want that either. Because I don't really like the idea of retiring. I want my whole life to be dedicated to something that I love, my purpose. So I guess I'm already answering my own question by taking the risk to do this video and start the YouTube channel in hopes of creating an audience and a sort of tribe that follows my values and has the same doubts as me as we conquer together. And, maybe even I can help in a few years some now 14-year-olds that will become 17 and I'll have all these doubts figured out. And please, I would love for that to happen. So, I don't know. I guess I'll have to take the risk and figure it out. I'll keep you guys updated in a few years on what were the answers to all my questions. Oh, by the way, look up. Oh, shit, better break my phone.